And welcome to part two. We are going to continue the Skype just here. It's still very, very dark, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on all the wood effects, any of the... so we're going to do all the wood parts, then we're going to work on the bandages and the metallics, and we're going to get this cowl all blacked out. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the wood stuff, and what we're going to do is start with wood, and we're going to use boar hide. Wow. We'll do oak brown first, and then what we're going to do is pop in our wet palette, and we're going to go along, make sure it's wet. I'm going to put 2 thin coats, and we're going to start. Obviously, we've got some wood parts here, we've got all the hammer just here, and we've got this top bit. And then what we're going to do is just go along and get all that sorted. There we go. It may not look like much, but we've got the wood effects all started now. And there we go. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to now go do fabrics and straps and fabrics. So we're going to use Dragon Flame. So we're going to pop this on our wet palette, if it wants to come out. What we're going to do is we're now going to pop it there. So, what we're going to do go around, find all the straps like so, just there. Obviously, we've got a few just here. And you know what? We are also going to hit this part just here. So, we will come back once we've done it. And there we have it. So, all of the straps and stuff. You can really tell the difference between everything. So, right, what we're going to do is we're going to start blacking out the cow. So, I'm not going to use normal brick. We are going to use Dalaran ink for this. And all we're going to do, get a couple of drops on there. We won't need to thin this down because of how thin it is. And all we're going to do is just go around the cow. And we're going to put a couple of thin coats on. And then we'll see in a bit. There we go. So, you may have noticed I found a couple of bits I didn't do. So, like the horns on the cow and the foot here. So, we've done that. And now the cow is all blacked out. So, obviously, be really careful like with this part. Because obviously, the hands. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on the metallics. So, that would be like, for example, like all this chain work, all the shield. What we're going to do is do this top bit here of the hammer. And yes, and for that, we are going to do 2 different colours. We are going to use 2 types. We're going to use some enhanced steel, and we're going to use glittering loot. So we'll start with the steel, and all that's going to do is all the chains, and the glittering loot will do everything else. So let's start with the steel. As always, I am going to keep using wet palette even for speed paints. So we're going to pop a little bit on of both. And there we go. So that's both parts on. And all we're going to do is find all the chain work. So the enhanced steel is a very sort of dark steel. All we're going to do is just go around, get all of the chain work, any sort of like buckles. So for example, just here, we're going to get it like this. And then we're going to just slowly add it all in. So yeah, we are going to add it all. And yeah, we will come back once all the silver and gold's done. So, got all the silver and the gold done. It's actually starting to come up with some colour. So what we're going to start doing now is we are going to put Satchel Brown. I know it's controversial, but we're going to put this all over the fur. But we are going to thin it down a little bit, so we're going to use a bit of Satchel Brown mixed with some Speed Paint Medium. And then we are going to put those into a cup. So, one thing I like to use is I like to use shot glasses. Because one, they are easy to clean. And taking the bottoms out well after you've let them dry is satisfying. And then we're going to do this. So, what we're going to do is get a little bit of Satchel Brown. well, not satchel brown, the speed paint renewal. I'm going to put some in there. And then we are going to get our satchel brown. And all we're going to do is add this together. So it's like so. And then we're going to go over and get it all over all of the fur, like so. And then we will come straight back. So, as you can see, we have done all the fur, but I had made up a bit too much, but that saves for the next step. So all we've done is use the exact same mixture, and we put it all over, for example, all the gold parts. We've done all the creamy parts, so like all the rope, the bandages, this part of fabric just here. And then, yeah, and there we go. We have that like that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do the eye now. So we're just going to do something really simple. Obviously, this is just get it so you guys can see a rough sort of enough to get it on the table so it looks good. So we're utilising a lot of washes and speed paints, and then we'll do a part 3 where we increase everything. So all we're going to do is get the white. We're just going to pop it right in the corner on the eye, like so. We're going to grab this eye now, and we're going to do just here. So there we go. And there we go. Like so. But yeah, so we're going to leave that here for now. And then in part 3, we will go around and we'll get more details and we will work on the basing. So yeah, I'll see everyone on part 3, and follow, subscribe, and if you're liking what we're doing, yeah, and if you have any tips or tricks you want to put down or other sort of skin tones and stuff you want to see, then yeah, drop it all in the comments.